Welcome back. Tonight, it's Chiefs versus Chargers in São Paulo, Brazil. Kickoff at 8 Eastern, free global stream on YouTube. Before we get into tonight's board, let's check how we did last time. So let's recap. Last night, we finished with a final tally 4 wins, 4 losses, down about 0.08 units. Chiefs. Defending AFC champions finished 15-2 in 2024, hold a 7-game win streak against the Chargers. Up Chargers, led by head coach Jim Harbaugh in his second year. They went 11-6 and made the playoffs last season. Pro Bowl LT Rashawn Slater is out for the season with a torn patellar tendon. Offensive line remains a concern. The current line is Chiefs -3. Juice varies. Most books have it at -115 or -118. Money line. Chiefs around -170. Chargers +145. The total sits at 46.5 points. Books are pricing Kansas City as the proven side. Mahomes, Reed, Kels, same system. Meanwhile, the Chargers are dealing with line injuries and scheme changes under Harbaugh. The neutral site adds some noise, but not enough to shift Kansas City off field goal favorite. Implied probability on -170 is about 63%. If your numbers say higher, that's where the edge comes in. Now let's break down some analytics and projection. Chiefs offense, slightly above league average in 2024, 0.01 EPA per play. Mahomes passed for over 4,000 yards, averaged 36.5 attempts per game. Chargers defense, finished top 5 in defensive EPA per play, held opponents to under 18 points per game, ranked near the top in limiting explosive plays. Herbert averages 39 pass attempts per game. Against the Chiefs, game scripts often push him even higher. Now the models. The betting market gives Kansas City a win probability of 62.4%. That's based on the money line of -170. ESPN's Football Power Index has it lower. Chiefs at 56.9%. Dimers simulates the game 10,000 times. That model gives Kansas City a 59% chance to win. So, depending on the source, KC's true probability ranges between 57 and 62. Market says 62. If your number is higher, you've got edge. If you trust ESPN or Demers, this line may be sharp. Now, let's break down some EV plays. First, let's explain why that edge matters. Let's say the true win probability for the Chiefs is 68%, but the market is pricing them at 62. That 6% gap is expected value. Over time, that's where profit lives. If you placed a $100 bet on this spot every time the value showed up, you'd expect to make around $6 per bet long term. That's 6% EV. Sportsbooks usually have a house edge of about 4 to 5%. If you're finding 5 to 6% edges, you're ahead of the books. It's not about hitting every game. It's about taking good bets and letting the numbers work. So let's go through some plays where there could be some strong EV plays. First, bet. Justin Herbert over 0.5 interceptions at +106. Herbert rarely throws picks, but tonight's volume is projected to be high. Simulations give him a 52% chance to throw one. At plus money, it's a solid value play. Second bet. Patrick Mahomes over 244.5 passing yards. When he's favored away from Arrowhead or on neutral ground, he averages over 250. Projections have him around 283 tonight. We're playing the over. The third bet, Justin Herbert over 232.5 passing yards. He's gone over this number in 4 of his last 5 games. Current projection is 253. There's still value on the number. Fourth bet, Michael Wilson under 2.5 receptions at -148. He's gone under this in 14 of 29 career games. The game script leans run heavy. Juice is high, but it's still a sharp play. Now, my best bets that I'll be playing will disappear. Over 17.5 receiving yards at -114. Will Dissly faces a Chiefs defense that allowed the most receiving yards to tight ends last season. He went over 17.5 in 81% of games last year, averaging over 31 yards per game. In his last 5 straight home games, Dissly also cleared this number, averaging 44.4 yards per game in those spots. Against the Chiefs specifically, he's averaged 20.7 yards over the last 3 matchups. Despite off-season additions at tight end, Dissly remains the top option on the depth chart and is expected to see a steady target share. With the game total at 46.5 and the Chargers likely trailing, game script supports the over. Or Marion Hampton anytime touchdown at plus 155. The Chargers drafted Omarion Hampton in the first round, and Harbaugh confirmed he will start week 1. He's expected to see significant carries in a run-heavy offense behind a strong O-line. Najee Harris is still on the roster but missed time in the offseason, and his career yards per carry sits at just 3.9. Hampton projects to be the goal mine option and brings explosive upside. At plus 155, this is a high-value red zone prop. Goes Worthy over 59.5 receiving yards at minus 114. Worthy steps into a bigger role with Rashee Rice, suspended. He had a breakout Super Bowl with 8 catches for 157 yards and 2 touchdowns. In the final 3 regular season games last year, Worthy had 190 yards on 21 catches, followed by 287 yards and 3 touchdowns in the playoffs. He's also had success against the Chargers, 73 yards and a touchdown in Week 4, and 41 yards on 6 catches in Week 14. Projection models put him at 92.9 receiving yards, and he's gone over 71.5 yards in 8 of his last 10 games. This is a strong over spot based on volume and game environment. We'll track everything and update the record next video. If you're tailing, drop your picks in the comments, and if you're here for the EV, the edges, and no fluff, make sure you're subscribed. New breakdowns go live every week.